The best thing about Ted Cruz is that he has an actual accomplishment to his name. He's done something.
Wait, let me guess. Government shutdown.
Look, Republicans, since the middle of the Bush administration, Republican activists, have been trying to get their party and their party's leadership to do something about government spending, to take seriously their concerns about the size of government, and Ted Cruz was able to do something about that in a real and meaningful way. So far as the Republican base goes, has that huge accomplishment to his name.
Yeah, but what about all the people that would say, well, the shutdown ended up costing more money, and he actually accomplished the reverse of what he was trying to do, and Obamacare got passed anyway?
Look, it's not an easy position to run on in the general election, for sure. If you're appealing to the Republican primary electorate, and again, this is an electorate that's been conditioned by the Tea Party to mistrust their own leadership in Washington, there really is no better argument than to say, I was the one who shut down the government. They didn't want it to happen, but I did it.
So is a Ted Cruz candidacy sort of a good example of sort of how crazy our system is, that a guy like him will do really well probably in the early primaries because the Tea Party is going to really back him, it goes right to the base. But then as it gets closer to a general election and the broader people have to vote for him, then he loses some of that steam, right?
I think it's a really good example of how conservative the Republican Party has become. Conservative in the sense that they're an anti-governing party at their base. And Ted Cruz fits perfectly there. And the Republican Party now is allied with conservatism much more tightly than it ever was. I think that's, there's always going to be in American politics, just because of the way the nomination system is set up, you have to appeal to your base. The question is, what does that base want to hear? This base wanted to hear, shut down the government, starve the beast. That's what Ted Cruz did.
So when they say things like that, then I assume that the Tea Party folks realize that when he gets to become powerful, he's not going to shut down the government, right?
I don't think they assume that at all. I think they mistrust everyone.
They just,
I mean, you read, and I spend, a lot of my free time, of course, reading the remnants of what used to be the blogosphere, but there's on conservative talk radio, nobody trusts anyone. But people trust Cruz more than they trust anyone, which is still not that much, but they do. And that, again, is something that's really, really hard to buy. You can't buy that with money.